Hey there, this is Namastrov from Reddit, and I just wanted to give a quick um, rundown, a tutorial on how to make maps for Roll20 or your whatever virtual tabletop you prefer in GIMP. It's a free program that's an alternate to Photoshop. Um, First of all, I want to apologize for my mic quality. I'm using a headset microphone, and there's only so much I can do to make it better. That in mind. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Roll20 or whatever sort of virtual tabletop marketplace you're using. In this case, it's Roll20. And in my case, I'm going to go to Marketplace, your purchases, and it'll show all the map packs that you purchased. And we're looking for Gabriel Picard specifically. So once you find the map pack that you downloaded, you want to go here and then hit Download Complete Set. And Gabriel Picard has made all of his maps available across all the virtual tabletops that he's partnered with. So you can find this anywhere. Once you've downloaded it, you can put it into a file as a zip file, extract it where you can find it, and get to work. So I have GIMP 2.10. If you have older versions, it's mostly the same thing. You just have like a few more options with 2.10. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this map that I have downloaded, and we see that it is a 25 by 25, which makes this really easy. We're going to drag and drop it, convert, and once it's on there, first thing you want to do is hit View, Show Grid. Now you won't see anything right now because it's too far out, but you also want to make sure that you hit Snap to Grid. After that, you go to Image, Configure Grid, and you want to make sure it's set to 140 pixels. And this will give you 25 by 25 squares, exactly the map size that Gabriel Picard made this map for. Now, once you're done with that, you can go ballistic. You can start adding whatever you want. In this case, I want to add a pool. Move that here. And we'll add some trees. And you can just do this by drag and dropping. So once you have your trees set up, you can just go through the layers and spread them out. And just we'll add some of these sharp rocks here. Okay. So once that's done, once you have your map set up the way you want it to, you'll notice that at the bottom here, your overall image size is going to be very, very large. If you select nothing, right now it's at 127.8 MB. That gets very different once you start making larger maps, which you can do pretty easily. You go to Image, Canvas Size, and you're literally going to set this to %, and you're just going to make it however large you think you need it. Once we resize it, you'll see that it's already doubled the size of the file. Going to click here, Control A, Control C to copy, and Control V, new layer. And we're going to move this here. Flip it just so it doesn't look the same. We're going to do that a few more times so we can make our map very large. And this will make a 50 by 50 map size, which you can really play around with as far as open terrain. But you'll notice that every time we've done this, it's increased my file size pretty substantially. It's getting fairly large. Now, as you continue adding parts, this file size is going to get larger and larger. Already, it is way larger than anything that'll ever load to Roll20. So what you want to do is whenever you're finished making your map, you want to go to File, Export As, figure out where you want to place it, and this I'll just place it here, and we're going to put this as a oasis.jpg. You want to make sure it says JPG. Hit Export, and it's going to come up with a pop-up that asks you what sort of quality you want to set it as. We're going to set it to 50. 50 I found is a sweet spot. The quality doesn't change that much, and the players don't really notice, but it reduces the file size immensely. So we're going to set it at 50 quality, and then we're going to hit Export. Now once that is done exporting, we can go back to it, and we can see just by selecting it that we've reduced the file size to 4.47 MB, and this will very easily load to Roll20. The largest map I have made thus far was actually a 125 by 25 grid size, and it was, I think, about 8 MB, but it still uploaded to Roll20 fairly well. So yeah, that's an easy way to make files in GIMP. It works with other packs, but you might need to tinker with it a bit. Like this, if I just drag and drop that, I mean, you can see that this is a huge computer. I'm going to have to change that. You can just use the scale tool, which is right here. And since we have it as snap to grid, we can just resize that, and it looks a lot more reasonable. So anyway, yeah, that's just a quick tutorial on how to make maps with GIMP.